Hi, welcome back. It's your girl Briera, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. I would like to first and foremost thank our Heavenly Parents, Mother, Father, Source of Creation, for giving me this opportunity to be here with you today. I would like to do a quick angel guide oracle reading for the Taurus. This will be an angel guide oracle reading that helps to focus on your strength, heart, and guidance at this time. I would like to call on the Holy Spirit and my spirit team to please come to my side to help me deliver divine messages that is of the highest white light. Remember, these messages are general, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All right, so thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. Let's see what Taurus strength is at this time and what's in their favor in the current situation. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. Taurus strength at this time. Taurus strength at this time. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. Oh, this one just like that. Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom, okay? And I feel like that is this energy of feeling secure in the divine, okay? Feeling this energy of safety, knowing that your angels are with you and you are truly never alone is truly something that helps you be in this energy of freedom. And I feel like that is what your strength is at this time, Taurus. You truly choosing to let go of the need to be right and you not worrying about the outcome of situations, but understanding that, no matter what we have already lived out or will be living out, it's all by the divine plan of things. And I feel like, the more you are humbled and, or humble, excuse me, the more you are humble and you truly take the time to analyze your own growth, you see that by you just not being someone to constantly force your way or force your views onto anyone, you truly get your wishes granted. And I think that is like the most important thing for you to pay attention to at this current time, Taurus. I feel like it's all about understanding that, we can all be a dreamer, right? But we need those plans. We need practical plans as well. So don't get so caught up in the fantasy of it all, Taurus. But understand, the decisions and choices that you have made and are making that you need to continue to stand on, defending your beliefs and what you know to be right and true, regardless, okay? Make sure you know and feel loved and comforted and understand karmic board clearing, understand the blessings for what they truly are, and understand that even the littlest thing is a blessing. So make sure that you are constantly just being thankful throughout your day, if that will help you to be more secure in knowing that you are loved and comforted. Because I feel like when you give, you receive. And even if you're not given to another person because you have no one to give to, being able to just be thankful for the simplest or the littlest things in life will help the divine show up in different ways, in different forms, so that when you are in need of comfort, it shows up in different ways, in different forms, for you to be able to understand the divine magic for what it is. It's all about acknowledging your fears but replacing them with the insight of awareness, right? I feel like that came from the divine goddess deck or something like that. But yeah, it is replace your fears or acknowledge your fears, but replace them with the insight of awareness of, this is what it is, but it's not something that's going to hinder me or my growth, because at the end of the day, I'm more focused on living my truths and not holding on to past ways of being, seen, and doing things that may have worked for the period that it was supposed to. But when you are centered in yourself, you see your strength for what it is, because not being someone that needs to be right all the time truly helps you be able to be in this energy of peace and abundance, understanding the win-win, energies for what they are. What's the blessings that Taurus carry in their heart? Heart of Swords, all encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, serenity. So, and that's just honestly, that is because I feel like when you are in this energy of acceptance and unconditional acceptance, that, it's all about accomplishing things on the grand scale of it all and moving away from energies that truly hinders your growth in some type of way, but not allowing yourself to be in an energy of understand or of not understanding that sometimes you have to befriend pain in order for you to truly be able to see your way out of something, okay? Because I feel like that's that accepting everyone and everything, because when you have been in an energy of discomfort and having to comfort yourself, or having to find some type of comfort within the discomfort, you are able to truly empathize with people that may be going through certain situations, or that may not be able to verbalize how they are feeling and why they're feeling certain ways through discomforts within their own life. So being patient with yourself and accepting of yourself and others is truly in full alignment, and I feel like you are truly on the right path, Taurus, okay? Continue to consider, your career possibilities for what they truly are. Don't shut something down, but don't be overly anxious for something either, Taurus. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? Because I feel like the more, and I know, because that's where it's just like, so I feel like continue to focus on the newness, like your new romantic, relationship, or your new career, or you know, advancing in different ways in life. I feel like the number 14 is significant. I feel like continue to wait for perfect time, and when it comes to the need to balance something out, okay? And that's just how divine time and divine order truly works. But understanding that, man, when you don't force things and you just allow them to unfold, timing is like perfect. And I feel like that's what is truly going on within your energy, Taurus. And I feel like you should truly be proud of yourself, because I feel like it's not truly, or it's not even a little bit, this false sense of accomplishment at all. Because I feel like when you can truly start to see that everyone has been energetically calming down, you can see that the ego has been, defeated, and I'm not saying completely, and I'm not even saying, but honestly, and I know I'm always someone that is in my own world, but even when I have been recently going outside to, see what is happening, the energies is not as loud and egocentric as they were. Egocentric, right? Something like that. So I feel like it's been a great job, okay? Job well done, Taurus, is what I see and what I know. I feel like continue to release your need to control. What's the guidance for your Taurus? Stellar gateway activation, infinite potential manifestation vortex, okay? And I feel like that is the guidance for you, Taurus, to not be in this energy of, constantly needing to go on this forever dancing loop of absolute chaos and confusion. And I feel like that's the guidance that moving away and actually releasing from past lives and letting go of that need to be right will actually help you be seen for the empress or the emperor that you truly are, the king or the queen that you truly are, okay? Because at the end of the day, I feel like there is only what life is truly asking of us all. So we have to understand the balance and the logical explanations for what they truly are. And I feel like that's what life has been gifting us, and we should be very, very grateful, humbly grateful for the simplifying of meanings that we love, right? Because we like to take a whole um a whole package, right, and break it down to just nothing anyways, right? So that's kind of like what it is when it comes to the explanations of life in itself. And I feel like that is more beneficial than it gets credit for. So continue to do what you love to do, Taurus, because I feel like you are truly on the right path, okay? And I feel like there's a lot of options. And I have always told you, Taurus, you were the realest one out of everyone. And I feel like just continue to look at the options that is presented to you almost like daily, and that's what breaks my heart, because it's like, honestly, we all can benefit from moving beyond certain energies. So I say continue to stay focused, Taurus. Don't allow for yourself to be, pulled into an energy of overly giving, okay? But seeing the awakening and the inspiration for truly what it is. And I feel like that's something that someone doesn't quite understand about something, but at the same time, that's what's about to, I know, because it's like, well, you know, we have to let go of the need to be right. We have to let go of the need to want to still bring some type of shame or disbelief to a reality that isn't even like anymore on like no one's radar. That's why I was like, jeez, boy. But it's okay, because we have to stand on those things that we say and those things and those emotions. And that's why we have our days in court, and that's why we are, judged through our actions and the things that we put out and the things that we take in and all of it. That's why it all is what it is. So I say continue to be patient and allow people to show up and do whatever they need to do, however they need to do it, because at the end of the day, it's so much easier to just move beyond the limitations of the world, okay? We have the Queen of Cups coming out, and we have the Seven of Cups coming out. I feel like your dreams truly do need a practical plan, though, Taurus, okay? Don't be too anxious with something, but also see your options for what they truly are. I already said that, but it's real, and it's, you know, it's going to help these new beginnings and you truly be in your energy. Like, I get it. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, I get it. We can continue. Yeah, we can continue to, you know, want our breaks, right? Because I be wanting a break, but I see the benefit of having to not be the face of something and being the face of something, what it does on a soul level and a lineage level, right? And that's something that we all need to just like be ready to, you know, see that for what it is, because at this point I don't understand what it is that is stopping us from being the face of what we are, and that's just what it is. So when you understand that certain things do need to happen and certain ways of seeing, being, and doing needs to be let go of so that things can run smoothly. Because right now, oh, child, because I just was about to get all up into it. Because right now, there's a lot more heartbreak with decisions that need to be made because of decisions that was made in the past for individuals to be in a place that they were in the past, right? So then when you are someone that is newly hired into a business, or you are newly activated spiritually and your gifts are being enhanced in different ways, you have to understand that if you start to say, well, I'm going to compromise everything that internally tells me no, then that means the generation behind me is going to have to do the exact same things. And that is where I just be like, well, I'm not about to just be sitting up here acting crazy. Like, we don't understand where we messed up at, because that's where we messed up at by being individuals, no matter what your race, color, or sexuality is, by being individuals that don't want to be the face of things, that don't want to come to the forefront and don't want to speak up. We put those blockages on us all. We make ourselves be more belittled through our actions, through the generations and the lineages, right? So it's yeah, make sure that it's for the whole and it's not only for right now. What it is, what it's not. How are we a benefit moving forward? And that is the target. Because if we have to do things that will inevitably make us feel like taking vacations and not being in this energy of passion and creating and feeling like, well, if I just work enough hours, I will get the assistance I need. If I just do the bare minimum, then I will get the assistance I need. But I understand, you know, on a personal level that, you know, I'll do that because life is too short. It's too much chaos. It's too much sadness. So change it. And then, so then is that I'm not talking about that side of it. I'm talking that is what it is. You get a different result when you actually show up and you are who you say you are. They respond differently. It's not about different languages. It's an energy. What's this Queen of Cups with the Seven of Cups? With the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel like you have seeds well planted. I feel like do not be in any energy of worry, okay? Especially financially. I feel like just understand how rooted you truly are and don't allow for yourself to be in any energy of fear. Yeah, I feel like starting something over is probably crazy for someone, and it still just brings so much heartbreak. I honestly, I really feel like it just because it's so yeah. Hey, I'm just not lying to you. I just don't be lying. No, I'm kidding. But it's just like, child, I just be trying to figure out what it is, what it's not. Why make things be something that they're not? And starting energies over from the beginning to release from past lives is interesting, and it just exactly it's like if it is true, then let it be, and if it's not, understand the consequences for the actions of individuals. Like, and that's just what it is, because at the end of the day, it's just like fighting with a toddler. You have to pick your battles. Like, you will get a headache if you constantly try to make things be perfect when you got little children. So just see the things and the judgment for what it is. See the awakening for what it is, the communication for what it is. What's this card of Swords here? With the Chariot. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like you're in this energy of just understanding that you can't change the past. So constantly trying to relive the past, or like constantly trying to fix the past that was already kind of tucked away and, sealed away based off of someone already, having to end that part of them. And I get it. We have to, and that's the only reason why we're here right now. That I know that it probably drives everyone just a tad bit bonkers with the communication when it comes to just being an individual to already overly understand that, all right, this is what it is and this is what it's not. So why are we still just doing these type of things? And I get it, we have to have people awaken, and these are these moments that is going to take you to be brave and honest when you are being judged and truly looked upon to see if we are ready to move forward or not. If energy, and this is why I was like keyed on that, if energies are still intense and I'm not inserted in these energies, and then I go back and look, and that was just 2 years ago, and and the energy isn't even what it was, and it's elevated, that means that that's where we need to continue to focus on and move forward with. And that's just on any level. Not saying that it's going to help the grand scale of things, but in its own way, it's working and it's helping. So allow it to. It's the things that isn't working that we have to figure out how to get that to be more, loved for what it is, because they're not just not doing things because they don't want to. We have conditioned them to not want to. So what's this Chariot here? I feel like it's all about you having control over your mind and body. Yes, you can have a significant other that take care of you. Okay? That's perfectly fine. But you have to have control. You have to be able to think. Because if you always rely on the other half of yourself, then you won't know truly how to navigate through challenges when it's just you, or how to pass your own tests too. Would they be saying clock it, or check it, clock it, clock it? I don't know. What's the Chariot? With the 5 of Swords. Oh, that was petty. That was not petty. With the Page of Swords. She is so petty. With the Queen, with the Ace of Pentacles. I said, ooh. With the 5 of Swords. Just don't let nobody make you feel like you have not accomplished. With the offering. Don't try it. That's what she said. What? I don't know. I said y'all just have to make sure that y'all not doing anything, or there's no bad blood, right? And I feel like that's where it's like with those and they so loud too, and I feel like somebody think that they are in control over the birds or something, and maybe they are in some type of way, shape, or form, but I just say, be careful. Be careful when you think you are playing in someone's heart and in someone's mind, okay? Because you really never know why they even do and say and be. It could be a real pocket universe that they are operating out of. And that will be very sad for us all, right? We can call it delusion. We can call it illusion. We can call it mental illness. But I promise you, when you don't let things go and you stay focusing on the things that is irrelevant to anyone's growth, anyone's health, or mentality, then you have to understand there will be consequences for one not choosing love and light over chaos and confusion. What's the stellar gateway activation? With the 10 of Cups. Yeah, it's all about that overflowing of love, new beginnings, focusing on your family, understanding that it's burdensome. Like, it really is, when you have to see that, you have to deepen meanings to things just so that, others don't become overly upset by your response to who they are. And I feel like that's that, infinite potential within your family, and not being inferior to how they see things within how you approach life, because having that patience and seeing that although this does not truly resonate with me in this way, I'm not going to completely shut this relationship down, and I'm going to find a way to continue to nurture this relationship, even if I can't fully be inserted in whatever the relationship is or the dynamic is, and within your family, okay, within a relationship or your community, and even within a business endeavor, right? Because that career option, let's go back to that. What's the 10 of Cups? We got the devil. The devil. And that's the guidance, okay? And I feel like I know. See, and that's why I never wanted to make the devil be a person, or why they have to put the devil with the, it's just like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So that's just what it is. It's an energy. So listen, we have to let go of the need to be right. The possessive energy. Listen, you don't want to be in this energy of not seeing the potential that people can grow and change, right? People can really see that calming down, actually listening to one another, actually showing up for someone else, there's not really anything no one can do. We can truly live in harmony, in a harmonized manner for everyone, honestly. Just there's a lot of things that, you know, is conflicting when it comes to how to do it, and when are we going to be able to do it, and and that's just kind of like, that's that forceful, and yeah, and that's the guidance. We got to bring balance. It's about balance, doing things in moderation and cooperation, okay? I feel like there has to be a little more compromise for sure. 'Cause, all right, now Taurus, this was a long one. You were my first reading of the night, Taurus, but we're gonna go ahead and let you go. I do hope something resonated with you. Okay, I am sending you peace, love, and light, and until next time.